What's up, fellas? So, got an important video today. I had a loyal patron supporter that wanted me to talk about the different levels of confidence. Okay, guys? I got 4 categories of confidence, okay? And I must say, it feels good for my voice to start to come back again. I can get back to my animated self. It's not 100%, but it's like 85. So I'm able to get a little bit more animated slowly but surely. Y'all guys know when I first had my surgery, if I got too animated, it would flare up real bad doing the video, and then I would have to pull it back. So it feels good that I can get back to cutting food on these videos, all right? And not have to, watch my tonality, don't irritate your vocal cords and your larynx box. Not saying it's 100%, but it's definitely getting better. Okay, guys, so like I said, I have 4 levels of confidence, and I'm taking this from the man's perspective. I don't give a fuck what the levels of the women's confidence. I'm taking this from the men's perspective because 98% of my people that watch me are men. Okay? Women who watch me, you can get in where you fit in. Okay, so I got a lot of talking points, guys. And I will be going through each line of talking point because I don't want to miss no talk. I was going to do it off the dome. And then I thought at the last minute, this is how you end up forgetting major talking points. Okay, guys? So I'm going to be taking a look at my notes so I don't forget no major talking points. All right, guys. My lowest level of confidence is the no to low confidence guys. Okay? These are going to be your rejects. Okay, these are going to be your Danny DeVitos. About a month ago, I was up here, did the valet over here in Buckhead, went to La Colonial, and got the valet. And one of the guys who was doing the valet, he actually followed me on YouTube, and I hope he don't see this video, but I'm just thinking to myself, very unattractive guy, right? He was not a fat guy. He was about 5'9", maybe. He was not a fat guy. He was a slender guy. But just his facial structure aesthetically, I'm just looking at him and I'm like, man, it's almost like you just see that and you like, Mother Nature can be really unfair, because I'm just saying to him, I'm looking at that guy and I'm saying to myself, okay, big shot, if y'all was to trade places, if you traded places with that guy, how drastically do you think your sex life would have been throughout your life? And I absolutely think it would have been dramatically affected. All the games and strategies and all the confidence and all this other shit, it most certainly, if somebody was just to snap their fingers and put me and him and me, it's no doubt in my mind that I would lose some confidence right at that second. And I could try to brave it out, this, that, and the other. Now, here's the thing. And I'm just going to be blunt, honest, guys. Y'all know I don't sugarcoat shit. I just tell it like it is. That guy, either, I can almost guarantee you, has an unattractive girlfriend, or he's a true force loner. He's a TFL guy. Okay, I can almost guarantee nobody's gonna convince me that a valet with his facial structure, and I know we go into all this beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. Okay, hold on one second, guys. We're gonna pump the brakes a little second. We do understand that there's a certain standard of beauty that most of us consider attractive. Right? None of you guys would say Danny DeVito is better looking than Brad Pitt or Tom Cruise. None of y'all guys would say that. None of y'all guys would say that girl who played Precious is better looking than Megan Good or Beyonce. None of you guys would say that, right? I think we all can understand that there's a certain level of aesthetics that the overwhelming majority of us will find attractive, right? So I understand that beauty is in the eyes of the beholder, blah, blah, blah. But we do know that there are some people who just dealt a bad hand facially, aesthetically. What I will tell you is success is the great equalizer. Now, Here's the thing. In a guy like that case, being $100,000 a year salary employee, it would help, but it's not. He's not gonna start banging 9s and 10s off $100,000 a year salary. I'm just being honest with you, with what I saw. I'm just being honest with you with what I saw. I just don't. Now, could he be a super suave? Maybe, guys. I mean, but at some point, listen, guys, this is the way it works. You have to meet women's minimum level of attraction, right? And regardless of how much money you make, if you can't meet that minimum level of attraction level, it won't matter. What I would tell you is, if you get super successful, that will overcome it. So 100,000 won't do it, but $1 million will do it. Y'all guys get what I'm saying? If you make $1 million a year, I'm telling you right now, pretty much any woman within reason you're going to be able to get. I'm just going to be honest with you. Because see, guys, $1 million a year means that you literally can fuck up $300,000 a year. You can fuck that up. Still invest $200,000 a year and still pay Uncle Sam his money. Do y'all guys get that? So, if you're one of these guys, entrepreneurship is going to be your ticket. It's not, you might can't shoot a basketball. You might can't sing. You might can't rap. Right? You might can't act. But any of you guys can start a lawn service and grow it. Any of you guys can start a cleaning service and grow it. Any of you guys can start a staffing agency and grow it. Okay? So like I said, entrepreneurship is the great equalizer. Okay? And I'm not going to sit up here and try to tell y'all guys that, oh, if you go out here and you get this degree or trade from school and go get $100,000 a year salary, that's not the same thing. That's better than nothing. Don't get me wrong. But for most of you, for some of you guys, and you guys know who you are, right? I don't even get into the short thing unless you super short, because if you 5'5", there are plenty of women out here who are 5'1", 5'2", 5'3", right? They would prefer a taller man, but you still taller than them. I'm talking about the guys that, you know who I'm talking about. The guys who weren't blessed with a good hand facially, aesthetically. It's just the way it is, guys. You have your haves and your have-nots in finances and in looks, okay? It is just the way it is. These going to be your true force lonely guys. I had a friend. A lot of men are not realistic, right? So shout out to my brother Kevin Samuels. Rest in peace to the Godfather. He made a lot of content telling women to lower their standards, right? I wish he would have spent as much time, and I know he did do this, but I wish he would have spent just as much time telling men to raise their level. Okay, guys? So you and the women can meet halfway. Don't get me wrong. I do know he made that type of content where he told men that you need to be more successful. But I wish that he would have spent just as much time on that as he did telling women to lower their standards. All right? Because at the end of the day, guys, if you are an unattractive guy or a guy who just dealt a bad hand, it is what it is, guys. Dealt a bad hand. At the end of the day, there are unattractive women out there that are lower tier women that you can get, but you would rather be alone than get those, right? So I had this friend when I was a teenager. I ain't gonna say his name. And when we would go to the mall to get chicks, pick up chicks and shit, he would always only approach fat women because he was overweight. He knew his level. He didn't kid himself and try to go up to attractive. He knew where he was on the pecking order. Most of you guys won't do that. And I don't want you to do that. I would rather for you to raise your level and get the woman you want, right? Increase your sexual market value and get the woman you want. But if you're too lazy to do that, For all my TFL guys, there's a 400-pound bitch out there with your name on it. Okay? There's a woman out there that will take you, but you don't want to lower your standards that low. So let me get this right. You want women to bring their standards down to date a guy who makes $25,000 a year, but you don't want to lower your standards and go date you a fat 500-pound bitch. So if y'all guys watch My 600-Pound Life, right, where they have the fat women on there, if y'all guys ever notice that whenever they have the fat women on there, they always have a boyfriend. That's because they done went and got them some guy who has lowered his standards. Now, I personally would prefer you rather to you just to increase your sexual market value. I'm just making a point that there's somebody for everybody. Okay? I'm just making a point. I would much rather for you guys to just get on your grind and fucking get that. Entrepreneurship is for everybody. Everybody. But I'm going to tell you right now, for all my TFL guys or my guys who are invisible to women, there is a woman there is a woman out there for you. But if you don't want to lower your standards, then you have to raise your sexual market value. Okay, guys? So I just want to say that. My next level, guys, is the external confidence guys. These are the guys whose confidence is flimsy, to say the least. It comes and it goes. And in my honest opinion, guys, this is my take on these guys' confidence. They simply don't understand that some days you're going to have it and some days you're not going to have it. And I put it to y'all guys like this. Do y'all guys remember, for all my basketball guys, if y'all guys remember LeBron James in the playoffs, right? Do y'all guys see how he kept shooting threes? That's because LeBron James knows that the only way I'm going to get out of this slump is to keep firing. I know everybody's telling me stop shooting threes, stop shooting threes, stop shooting threes. But he understands that I have to believe in myself when other people don't believe in me. And he keeps going. Y'all guys see this in every aspect of life. You see it in entrepreneurships. Most people who are successful entrepreneurs, usually they didn't hit on their first chance at entrepreneurship. It usually was their second or third or fourth time. They learned from their mistakes and they kept going because they believed in themselves. And that's what it takes with women, guys, is that you have to understand that you're going to have cold weeks, cold days, cold months. I remember when I used to go to the mall, it's like I couldn't buy a phone number. It's just like you would go and it's just like, damn, I'm cold this week. The whole week just cold. Come in the next week, hidden. Every girl you talking to, getting your number. Boom, boom, boom. Last week, couldn't buy a bitch phone number for shit. For nothing, couldn't buy a bitch phone number. This week here, I can't miss. Get my dick sucked on the first date. Bitches calling me before I get home. Last week, getting wrong numbers. I'll call you back. I got a boyfriend. But I understood that you gotta just keep going. You're going to have your good days. You're going to have your bad days. It ain't really got nothing to do with you. It's just by chance. You guys ever play football or basketball? Sometimes you can't miss. It's just like everything you throw up, it's like you just can't miss. And then other times, like you can't buy a bucket. People who have that flimsy confidence, they just don't seem to understand that aspect of life, that some days you're going to have it and some days you're not. I would have cold months, and then I would have a hot month. I'm talking about, man, get my dick sucked 3 times a day. Last week, I couldn't buy a fucking phone number. Every bitch I'm calling, playing games. This month here, I'm hot as fish grease. Because I understood that's the way it works. That's why you kept seeing LeBron shoot them threes, because he knows. Once I get hot, now you can't tell me shit. That's just the way it works, guys. And you know what? No matter how much I say that, some guys would never grasp that. When I was doing sales in the gym, I would have my bad weeks, and I'm just like, man, nothing. And then here I am one week, signed 7 people. Just had 2 bad weeks, ain't signed shit. Ain't signed nothing. But I understood, keep coming, keep going. You're going to start hitting in a minute. You're going to get hot in a minute. Keep going, keep going. And then boom, get that hot streak. Yeah, man, I've been thinking about training. Yeah, man, I've been thinking about it. Yeah, you know, I think I'm going to do that. So, guys, I'm just telling you, for my guys out there who confidence wavers up and down, a little flimsy, you have to just keep going. You're going to have your good days. You're going to have your bad days. Nobody stays hot. Nobody stays cold. Okay, guys? Now, that's as far as meeting women. As far as, like, dating women, the guys who have that flimsy confidence, that external confidence, where they only feel confident when they're getting validated, guys, these guys simply don't understand women. Guys, what you have to understand about women is they're going to go hot and cold. There's nothing to do with you. You can do everything right. Women have estrogen. They have these emotions. They're all over the place. One minute they'll be all over you. The next minute they want to sit on the other side of the couch. It don't got nothing to do with you. It's just their fucking hormones. Just their fucking hormones. Sometimes we hitting our feminine energy like that. Well, we don't want to be bothered. Sometimes you might call my phone and I might want to chat it up with you. Yeah, man, blah, blah, blah. Another time you might call me, yeah, man. Yeah, but let me get back with you, man. It ain't nothing wrong with you. I don't feel like being bothered today. Ain't got nothing personally wrong with you. Just not in the mood today. Now, next week I might talk your goddamn ear off. But today, and I used to see that at the gym with some of the trainers. Dude yesterday talking my damn ear off. I come here today, hey boy, what's up? Hey man, what's up? He don't feel like being bothered today. That's the same way women work. They go hot and they go cold. It's not nothing personal. It's not nothing personal. It's not always she's pulling back. It's not always that you doing something wrong. It's not always some other guy. It's just that some days they're going to be into you and want you more than others. Some men simply understand that and some men don't. Had one girl slogged me down on a date, like our second date. On the third date, taking her back to her car, we done fucking give me this little peck on the lip, like I'm thinking to myself, damn, was the sex bad or something like that? I didn't do no sex. Just women, hot and cold, just the way they wired. And you have to understand that. So what tends to happen when a woman is not showing high interest or blowing his phone up, what starts happening? He loses seductive masculine frame. He starts asking these validating, seeking questions and stuff like that right there. You thought about me today, all that type of shit, trying to seek reassurance and stuff like this. When you ask a question like that, the woman starts losing interest like a motherfucker because now you're not acting like an alpha. You're acting like a guy who doesn't know his sexual market value. You're acting like a guy who's worried about losing his girl. You're acting like a guy that needs to know where he stands with a woman. That's how women act. So now before she was just being hot and cold. Now she's going to fucking start losing interest for real. That ain't hot and cold. Now she's finna start losing interest for real because you don't know how to let women come back to you. Guys, let me tell y'all guys something right now. Every relationship is going to have a cooling off phase. It's going to usually be hot as hell in the beginning. And then the novelty wears off and it's going to have a cooling off phase. You can't expect the woman how she acted on the first 2 or 3 dates, the first 2 or 3 weeks when y'all first got together to be how she's going to act in 3 or 4 months. She might care about you 5 times more than what she cared about you then, but she's more used to you now, so she might not show it as much. Okay, guys? Because the novelty has worn off. Y'all guys get that? Sort of like if you buy a new car. You wash that motherfucker 4 times the first goddamn week, right? Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. You washing that motherfucker. In 4 months, it don't mean you don't like the car no more. But now you just get it washed once because the novelty worn off. It don't mean that you don't like the car no more. You still love the car. But the novelty has worn off. Okay, guys? So you guys need to understand that. Don't have this flimsy confidence where it's up and down and wavering. Me, myself, I just understand this person as not having good social knowledge on people and understanding human beings. You just have to understand that people in general, not just women, go hot and cold. Next, guys, I call this the internal confidence. These are going to be the guys whose confidence is unshakable because they understand the way life works. They understand preferences. They understand timing. They understand you're going to have your good weeks, your bad weeks. Basically the opposite of the external validated guys, the flimsy guys. They understand that you're going to have flaws. They don't dwell on their flaws. They understand that nobody, guys, I don't give a fuck who it is, nobody likes 100% of them. Everybody, if they could, would change one thing about them. Everybody. The difference is these guys, the internal valid confidence guys, they have accepted their flaws and understand that I'm not meant to be perfect. If I was able to grow my hair right now, guys, a full hairline, I would look 10 years younger. Right now. Having hair makes you look younger. But this is the hand that I'm dealt with. I mean, when it's having hair, when it's right, with the right tape line. For like me, if I grow my hair out right now, I look older because then you see my hairline receding. But I'm talking about if I had a full hairline, I would look 10 years younger. I would look 33 years old right now. And I know that. But that's not the hand I was dealt. This is the hand I was dealt. Okay, guys? So accept your flaws. You're not meant to be perfect. Everybody would change something about them if they could. Everybody. I don't care. If it ain't no more than a stronger chin, who wouldn't want to take a little fat off around their chin? If you could take a little fat off your chin, hell, you'll look 5, 10 years younger just having a sharper jawline. Who would want to do that? The thing is, some guys understand. Some people gonna have a strong jawline. Some people gonna have a not so strong jawline. Just the way it is, guys. So I would love to get all you guys to be that internal confidence guys who understand that, hey, I'm gonna have my good weeks, I'm gonna have my bad weeks. My girl gonna be loving on me more than other days, and understand that. And this, guys, I'm gonna tell you something. I don't necessarily think one person is more confident than other. I just think some guys understand women better than other guys. I just think some guys understand that and some guys don't. Now, as far as my guys with the low confidence and it's justified, right? I'm not talking about my guys with the flimsy confidence. I'm talking about the guys who have low confidence and they just dealt a bad hand and probably should have low confidence, right? Okay, fine. I'm not talking about them. Then you just dealt a bad hand. I don't know no other way to tell you. Just you dealt a bad hand. Success is the great equalizer. Okay? That's all you can do. You can either cry and make YouTube videos crying saying women don't want you, or you can say, okay, AMS is right. I'm going to be the most successful entrepreneur I can be. Like I said, for some of these guys, a nice 6-figure salary might not cut it. All right? And my last one, guys, is arrogance. And arrogance is the arrogant or cocky guy is nobody likes this guy. Now, people will tolerate this guy because sometimes they have some value that people can use, so they would tolerate it. And when y'all guys want me to tell y'all guys, some guys who I think are arrogant, I think Soulja Boy I think Rick Ross. I think Puff Daddy. I think Chris Brown. Like those guys strike me as arrogant. They not confident. They arrogant. Now, here's the thing about arrogant guys. They either A, low confident guys who mask it by trying to project high confidence, or they're B, they really are that confidence, but they've lost all humility. Let me repeat that. They either A, low confident guys that are trying to mask their low confidence and insecurities by projecting high confidence, right? Think Napoleon complex. Or they're B, they really are that confident, but they've lost all sense of humility. They've lost all their humbleness. Guys, to me, and I'm taking this from the point that let's assume that they are that confident. The thing is, guys, what keeps, say somebody like me grounded is that I know it all can be taken away. I do believe in a higher being. I know we have different religions, but I believe in Christ. And I know, I feel like Jesus can take it all away. And for all you other guys who have other religions, I'm quite sure you believe your higher being can take it all away. That's what keeps me humble. If y'all guys notice another thing about arrogant people, right? Arrogance is a toxic energy. And if any of y'all guys know anything about arrogant people, they always attract toxic things. If you ever notice that, like when you ever see somebody arrogant, they always in some bullshit. Because that toxic energy attracts other toxic energy. If you ever notice that, they're never peaceful. It's always some underlying bullshit, some kind of stress that's going on, because that's what you are what you attract. So when you're a toxic person, and I associate an arrogant person with toxicity, well, you're going to attract that. So if you ever notice any of those people, Antonio Brown, the football player, Puff Daddy, Rick Ross, Chris Brown, Soulja Boy, if you ever notice, they always think they're better than everybody else. If you ever notice, they always got some bullshit going on. You ever notice that? Because that's what arrogance attracts when you're arrogant like that. Nobody likes you. So people with toxic energy, they want to troll you. They want to fuck with you because that's what you attract. Because you're arrogant. People want to see you fall. People want to bring harm to you. In my opinion, for those guys I named, I really do believe they're that confident, but they don't let that money get to their head. They actually think that now that they're better than everybody else. Guys, no matter how much money I create or wealth I create or generate or save, whatever the case may be, I want to always remain humble. Always want to remain humble. I never want to start thinking, I'm never going to think I'm better than nobody else because I know it all can be taken away at the drop of a hat. Okay, guys? Now, for the other arrogant guys, most of those guys are really guys with insecurities, particularly the Napoleon complex guys, the shorter guys that try to project this arrogance, a tough guy image and shit. It's because they're insecure about their size and their height and shit like that. So y'all guys get what I'm saying with those guys. Okay, guys? But the guy I want y'all guys to be is the internal confidence guy. The guy who understands you're going to have your good days, you're going to have your bad days. Your girl going to be into you some days she's going to want her space. It's just the way it is, guys. All right? I hope you guys learned something from this. I'll get back with you guys next time.